David Bowie recorded the first one, but that was never released. And then Peter Gabriel cut one. But the first rocker ever to program, record, and actually release an interactive CD was Todd Rundgren. What is it? Well, maybe Todd can explain it best.
This is the Interactive Music Help System. Press Action button 1 to exit.
Imagine being able to create your own version of a rock and roll song, to add stings, change the lyrics, be your own record producer. This new CD-ROM might change the way we listen to music by letting us interact with it.
The highlighted area of the list indicates your preferred settings.
It comes to us from Newtopia, a scattered shop of software, hardware everywhere, and home to legendary rock star and self-proclaimed gearhead Todd Rundgren.
I know in high school I would have been considered kind of like a gearhead or in that gearhead crowd. But since high school, and since I became a professional musician, essentially right out of high school, I've just been fortunate enough to be successful enough that all of these things which are toys to me, I can afford to get and figure out and learn how to use and eventually subvert to my own purposes.
In the 70s, he rose to fame with such hits as Hello, It's Me and Can We Still Be Friends? Since then, Todd has built a reputation for mixing the worlds of music, computers, and video. His video for the single Time Heals was the second one to air on MTV. With his latest CD, No World Order, Todd has created the world's first music-only interactive CD.
Start out by thinking of it as a regular CD, because it'll act that way if you don't do anything. And then to the degree to which you want to diddle around with it, that's how interactive it'll become.
The interactive No World Order disc holds hundreds of alternative music segments. A listener can steer through the song with a Philips CDI player and joystick, creating an infinite number of versions. You can alter the music through 7 different options: program, direction, form, tempo, mood, mix, or video. Let's say you wanted to change the mood, for example.
Okay, well, let's find something sad again. See what it comes up with for a sad substitute.
It got sadder.
It got kind of sadder, didn't it?
Swinging from a happy mood to a sad one, changing the tempo, you can tailor the CD to fit almost any style. You can even change the lyrics, or lose them entirely to drop into a kind of karaoke thing.
See, our little event counter is counting down, and it'll happen now.
Let's say you're a musical performer and someone records and digitizes you and distributes your performance to people who have the technology to make you play faster or at a different tempo or maybe even sound bad. What does that do to your integrity as an artist? This artist-listener relationship is changing because of this.
I've had to develop an actual philosophy about what is and is not acceptable and what the purpose of this is in the long run. As an artist, it can't simply be a piece of utilitarian content meant to replace music.
Todd is also quick to point out that while it appears his listeners are mixing his music, they really don't have that much control.
So the average user, if they were to have the opportunity to mix my record, let's say, they would probably find in the end that it was far less satisfying than just listening to my record and letting me go through the work of figuring out, you know, what is the right level for the guitar and things like that.
But are you offering to let them mix it here?
Well, I'm offering to let them choose between mixes that I've already done.
The interactive CD sells for $15 to $20. Of course, you have to make the investment in the CD-ROM player first, and leave it to Todd to package the whole thing in probably the first interactive cover.
For instance, I think I'll make this one the album cover now, so I can fold it up like this, and I've got a new CD cover, Fool Your Friends.
What's the potential for this a few years down the road for interactivity?
Well, in all likelihood, if it's a few years, it'll be 10 times the speed and 100 times the memory. But when that happens, people are going to be presented with that problem of how do they find what they want. And
if I can access any piece of music ever in the world...
Well, any piece of music, any piece of video, any piece of text, anything that, any kind of information or entertainment that essentially can be converted to digital media is going to be available to you. And then your problem is how do you find it? And And I'm conceptualizing these kind of super networks that can go out to the 500 channels of cable that's available, and the 10,000 records that are online, and the great books of the world, and all of the other things that that people might want to get access to, and be able to spontaneously create presentations out of this stuff that are customized to people's requirements.
Sounds to me like you're going to have your own channel someday. All Todd, all the time.
Could be. You know.
Thanks for coming by and joining us.
Thank you.